You might think you're watching an action movie, but this is real life. This is how an elite US Special Response Team carries out a critical mission with helicopters, armored vehicles, and cutting-edge weaponry. All of this just to capture one dangerous criminal. Police surrounded a warehouse packed with over 1,000 firearms and 140,000 rounds of ammunition. Just hearing that is enough to make your pulse spike, right? But here's the catch. He wasn't some arms kingpin. He was Randy Wilhelm. So, in this ultimate showdown between a heavily armed criminal and an elite SWAT team, who will come out on top? Stay tuned and watch till the end to find out. On the morning of August 20th, 2022, in the city of Vernon, Ohio, USA, around 40 police officers and 6 armored vehicles surrounded a remote farmhouse on the outskirts of the city. Something big was about to go down. This man was a sharpshooter of the highest caliber, with a long list of criminal offenses. He had 2 charges of domestic violence and aggravated assault on his record. It was revealed that Randy Wilhelm had been handling firearms since he was just 7 years old. As he grew older, he became a world-class clay-shooting marksman, competing in 46 world championship tournaments throughout his lifetime. In August 2020, Randy was arrested for domestic violence and aggravated assault. He was released on a $100,000 bail but refused to appear in court in April 2022. Even worse, his ankle monitor went completely off the grid. Not long after, Randy opened fire on his own bail bondsman. Over the phone, he even threatened the police, warning them not to come looking for him, or he would bomb the police station. One act of patience leads to 9 acts of humiliation. The police weren't about to let that happen. They joined forces with nearby city police departments and 2 elite SWAT teams, determined to teach Randy Wilhelm a lesson he would never forget. Randy's farm was completely surrounded. Thanks to aerial reconnaissance, the police had already pinpointed his exact location. Randy and his younger brother, Brandy, were holed up in the southeast corner of the house, while 2 buildings in the center served as their personal armory, stocked with firearms and ammunition. 3 propane-filled trucks were parked on the property, most likely the bomb Randy had threatened to use. Without hesitation, the police tightened the perimeter around the house. At the same time, 2 armored vehicles were deployed to secure the northwest building of the farm, where Randy's mother was inside. Right now, we can see Officer Number 1 inside the armored vehicle. Randy had blocked the path with a truck, forcing the armored vehicle to come to a halt. After confirming there were no immediate threats, a 6-man team moved in to approach the house up ahead.
Look for anything on the ground. BD2 here. I got you.
Meanwhile, this is police team number 2, ready and waiting for their move. On the other side of the farm, Randy and Brandy launched their attack. Armed with a Remington 700 sniper rifle, they fired at an armored vehicle behind the house, leaving it completely disabled. The remaining vehicle quickly reversed, its bulletproof windshield taking multiple hits, but the officers inside remained unharmed. At this moment, police team number 1 received the order and immediately rushed in for reinforcement. At this moment, the leader of team number 1 sensed a possible escape route for the 2 criminals. Without hesitation, he ordered 2 team members to stay behind and secure the area, ensuring there was no way for them to slip away.
Oh. Stay here.
All right, you two. Actually, you two. On that structure.
Officer number 1 and a fellow teammate quickly rushed back toward the house, wasting no time in securing their position.
That way.
At this moment, the 2 officers exchanged a quick plan and moved to the right corner of the building, keeping a close watch on the area. The police's decision proved to be incredibly smart, because just moments later, Randy and his brother suddenly burst out of the house in an off-road vehicle. speeding straight toward the officers. But here's the strange part. Instead of heading to their massive weapons stash, the two brothers raced toward their mother's house. And now, the intense shootout begins, a deadly clash between the suspects and the police.
Coming to your side.
Right, cease that, right.
Reload.
I got you.
Yeah, he's hitting the trail coming right to us.
After a flurry of gunfire, the officers closely monitored the suspects' movements, staying sharp and focused. Amid the chaos, they kept encouraging each other, exchanging words of support. "You did great, brother." "Huzzah, you too, man." And now, let's switch to team number 2's perspective.
Here he comes. We got eyes on. He's back coming. Yeah, he's hitting the trail coming right to us.
The moment officers spotted the suspect's vehicle, they immediately opened fire. Within seconds, the car lost control, swerving violently before crashing into a dense bush. About 5 minutes later, the SWAT team deployed an armored vehicle to cautiously approach the crash site. Once they confirmed the suspects were no longer a threat, several officers moved in to provide medical assistance. But it was too late. The brothers were beyond saving. It was only after the dust settled that everyone realized. The police had originally planned to resolve the situation peacefully. However, the Wilhelm brothers had no intention of surrendering. They opened fire, damaging multiple armored vehicles and shattering the windshield of one, leaving 3 tires completely destroyed. Upon further investigation, authorities discovered an arsenal scattered around the property, over 1,000 firearms and 140,000 rounds of ammunition. Shockingly, only 23 of those weapons were legally registered under Randy's name. After the shooting incident, 6 officers from different units were placed on administrative leave pending an internal investigation. Ultimately, in December, the county grand jury ruled that the use of force leading to the death of the Wilhelm brothers was justified and lawful. As a result, no officers faced criminal charges. The SWAT sniper is facing an incredibly difficult mission in a tight space. With no other options left, he's forced to rest his rifle on his teammate's shoulder to get a clear shot. Inside, a criminal is robbing the bank, wearing a bomb and holding 2 hostages as human shields. The bullet has to pass through a computer screen, then through both hostages, before piercing the robber's head. A single mistake, even the slightest miscalculation, could come at an unimaginable cost. For missions like these, special forces such as SWAT are deployed. SWAT stands for Special Weapons and Tactics, a specialized unit within U.S. law enforcement agencies. They handle high-risk operations that regular police cannot manage, such as hostage rescues, apprehending armed criminals, and dealing with serious security threats. The SWAT team, equipped with state-of-the-art weapons and exceptional combat skills, is always ready to handle the most dangerous situations. They not only ensure public safety, but also minimize casualties. Now, let's witness the thrilling and intense actions of these fearless warriors. On the morning of February 6, 2024, a serious hostage situation unfolded at a bank in Bell Towers Mall, Lee County, Florida. A bald black man with curly hair broke into the bank and immediately took 2 hostages. He claimed to have brought a large amount of explosives and threatened to make the authorities redraw the map of the neighborhood. Countless emergency calls flooded the Lee County Police Department's dispatch center, prompting an immediate response. Police officers and the elite SWAT team were quickly deployed to the scene. The area surrounding the scene was placed under an emergency lockdown. Upon observation, the robber could be seen pressing a knife against the neck of a female bank employee while using both hostages as human shields. His cunning tactics made it difficult for the SWAT snipers to find a clear shot. The bald man with curly hair was identified as Sterling Ramon Alavache, 36 years old. He was a criminal with a long rap sheet and numerous arrest warrants. His criminal history was extensive, including prior convictions for drug trafficking, aggravated assault, and illegal firearm possession across multiple states in the US. This guy was truly reckless, so the officers had to handle the situation with a bit of finesse.
I might act out too, I get it. I can empathize with that situation. Believe me, I can, okay? And I want to be able to help you with that.
Of course, that was just a tactic to calm him down. No one was actually on his side. Well, except for the SWAT snipers, who were more than ready to send him on a one-way trip to the afterlife. But since his weapon was concealed, the sniper had to rest his rifle on his teammate's shoulder to get the perfect shot.
Right? As somebody else who has kids, I want to be able to help you with that. 100%, you heard?
At this moment, Alavash used the two hostages as shields, exposing only a small part of his head. However, the sniper's line of sight was obstructed by a computer screen. In response, the police deployed a drone to assess the situation from above. At the same time, another SWAT team was making their way into the building, preparing to flank Alavache from behind.
100%, you heard? Come on, Alavachi.
Keep talking to me.
Right?
Let me
Keep
know.
talking to me. Keep talking to me. Let me know what's going through your head right now. What concerns you have? I want to be clear as a whole for life.
At that moment, the sniper made his decision and pulled the trigger. A sharp gunshot echoed through the air as the bullet pierced through the computer screen and struck Alavache square in the forehead without the slightest deviation. He collapsed instantly, completely incapacitated. The SWAT team rushed in, securing the scene and successfully rescuing the two hostages. The Lee County Police Chief stated that the officer who shot through the obstacle was a sniper from the Lee County Special Response Team. They are highly trained and prepared for unexpected situations like this. According to later reports, Alavash was officially confirmed to have logged out from the Earth server right at the scene. As for the two hostages, they were completely unharmed, just badly shaken by the intense ordeal.